Hello, everybody. This is MC. Yeah, it finally came. Let me let y'all know. Like I said in a few videos back, welcome back to the Recovery Wellness Relapse Show. When I got the leadership award from my job, as a community health worker, and now finally the other part of the thing came from a senator. It's a certificate congressional recognition presented to MC Harris. Golly. I mean, boy, sooner or later a promotion gonna pop up or something, I hope. But, that's how it is when you work for the county or any of these city jobs, I guess. Because this is a certificate of congressional recognition presented to MC Harris in appreciation of his dedication and contribution to the San Pedro community in honor of your admirable service and sacrifice during the difficult times. Your courage, selfishness, and your strengths are greatly appreciated. Thank you for being our nation's guiding light in the face of adversity. Golly. So, thank you. And until then, we're on We Agnostic, step 2. We Agnostic, and still the definition haven't changed. One who holds the ultimate cause of God, holds that the ultimate cause of God and the essential nature of things are unknowable to human knowledge to its limited experience. So, and that's step 2. Came to believe in the power more greater than ourselves can restore me to sanity. But to push to the shakes and to make everything a little short video, I wanted to talk about I didn't get a chance to read to y'all my daily journal from 1998 yesterday because that's December the 22nd. So today is December the 23rd. Should I read 22nd? Well, a part of the 22nd. For a chance today in my life, in my recovery, I am right where I should be by God's grace, and I capitaled it. So it's like when you're in the treatment center, you sure have all the time in the world to say, like, that was my 4th trip, man. I was real tired. I was like, man, let me do some of the stuff I didn't even do in the other programs and treatment centers I was in. But to push to the chase, this will give you some ideas since it's raining outside. And the same type of shows are still on. And if you ain't got nothing to do, let's read this part for December the 23rd, 1998, right there. And remember to touch the subscribe button, press like and all that stuff. Remember, touch the subscribe button and press like. And let's read what the Daily Journal is talking about right here. MC, stayed up from the night before. Oh, I must have stayed up all night. I wanted this to part. Before, and I couldn't sleep well because of some guilt about my past and remorse issues with myself in relationships, with what part I played. Like I felt noticing feelings of low self-esteem, low self-worth, of when I was ordered to do something, worthless. I underlined some of the word worthless when I couldn't achieve something. Yeah, I felt worthlessness when I couldn't achieve something or jobs that I had to do. Also worthless when I meet women and closed-minded about what it's worth to me. Today, I am actually learning from the morning staff that I have to take to the account that I am worth something today. Actually, I need more step study, and don't know if I should slow down. At the evening meeting, I learned And that's all I wrote. So, you know, daily journal could be, you can write something 1 page, 1 minute, half a page, sometimes a couple of pages, depending on what you have going on with you. So I just wanted to check in to read the December 1998. I was only like, probably coming up on 90 days back then. And that's how my mind was functioning, just barely to get sentences out onto a piece of paper. Last time we was here with step 2, I read Lack of Power. That was our dilemma, right? We had to find the power by which we could live. And it had to be a power greater than ourselves, obviously. But where and how we to find this power? These are the questions that you got to ask yourself. Well, that's exactly what this book is about. Its main object is to enable you to find a power greater than yourself, which can solve your problem. So, between the liquor store, the dope man house, the refrigerator, the credit cards, the debit cards, and all that stuff, and over shopping and gambling, the dices, the roulette wheel, the betting on horses, or whatever the addiction may be, the opium, the pills, whatever. You know, I had to find a power more greater than my mother, my dad, my brother, my sister, the car, the dog, the cat. And that's the main objective of this book, to find something that can solve all of your problems with a new awakening and a different type of outcome, coming to believe in the power more greater than yourself. So let me jump some of the stuff. Here difficulty arises with agnostics. Many times we talk to a new man or woman and watch his hope rise as we discuss alcoholism and problems and crackaholism and problems and explain to the fellowship, but his face falls when we speak spiritual matters. And that what used to happen to me a lot when I was in that first treatment center and the second treatment center. I had agnostic temperaments. When I went back to Greater Cornerstone or anybody church, I'm already on guard, feel this self-loath and worthlessness about myself that, you know, I'm thinking everybody in there know I just got out of the treatment center. Or I'm thinking everybody know I just messed up for the weekend before even recovery treatment started. Do you know, dang, dude, do they know I went to jail for jaywalking tickets and drinking in public and all this stuff? So, you know, many times when they speak on the spiritual matter, especially when they mention God, see, that's where all that guilt will flow. That's why we don't urge people to hurry up and jump back into your congregation. That's way back in the book when they insist that you go back to see where the religious steps are right, the principles and guidelines of the mosque, the church, are right. You have to quicken your thought and your mind process to look for what's right from what they was talking about. So a reopening of the subject and main thought, evaded, entirely ignored. We entirely evaded. When they reopened that ideal about God, the subject which our man thought he had nearly evaded or entirely ignored, we know how he feels. We have shared his honest doubts and prejudice. See, that's why. Because my prejudice come from before I took that first drink or that joint, that hit, that swallow, that pill. I already had some preconceived notions that, well, you know, I did all these sins up to this part. Because I was taught these feared ideals more than positive ideals about a higher power. And then some of us have been violently anti-religion. To others, the word God brought up a particular idea. ideal of him with which someone had tried to impress them during childhood. Perhaps we rejected this particular conception because it seems inadequate, like, poor, weak. See, I had little footnotes I wrote when I was going through the work, or when I go through the book. With that rejection, we imagined we had abandoned the God ideal entirely. We were bothered. So I'm going to leave it right there. And you do, this ideal that people try to impress upon me, I always break down to the sponsor or the new man, woman, or someone I'm working with. It's like, you see these people with the bow tie. You see them approaching you right at the store. And I mean they looking sharp. They look like the ideal of God. And they give me this newspaper, but yet in the back of your head, you got people in your own family or from another religion telling you something totally opposite, as if this God ideal is not on the same chord with their ideals. So it's almost like it's gangbanging with congregation. That's the way I had to look at it. Then you got this other ideal where you brought up, or you at your auntie's house or your mom's house, and these people knock on the door. And then I was brought up with an impressed idea that you're supposed to be quiet. Shh, shh. And guess who's at the door? Jehovah's Witnesses. Sometimes the Jehovah's Witnesses will be our own neighbors from down the block. So that brought up a feeling at a young age that, wow, our God is scared of their God, or don't want to hear their God. So to impress these type of ideas on a young kid at a young age, and to constantly grow up into your teenage years, into your adult years, bring up this cycle that we can be passing down something to the next generation that don't make sense. When usually just open up the door, because these are human beings. So, that's what I was thinking. Like, why we gotta hide? Why you worrying about buying this Awake book from them? What is wrong? What's going on? So when I got older, I used to buy a couple of them when moms and dad at the house. But can you see the superstitiousness and the prejudices that I unknowingly learned, and a whole lot of other of y'all out there learn? So with that, I would like to say, keep coming back. This program works, whether you're working or not. Have a good holiday and a good Christmas.